Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with chapter 5, Soil. First, before discussing the formation of soil, we study here what do we mean by soil. What is soil? Soil is the thin layer of material on the earth's surface. It is a natural consisting of weathered and organic material, air and water, as it is the medium in which plants establish themselves and grow. The most widely recognized function of soil is its support for food production. Soil provides nutrients and water that are absorbed through plant roots and contribute to the regulation of water and atmospheric gases, and therefore play an important role in climate regulation. Or we can say it like this, that soil is defined as the top layer of Earth's surface which consists of sand, remain of dead plants and animals, and minerals with some amount of water and air in it. Now students, do you think that formation of a soil is one day process? No. Soil formation is a long-term process. It takes several million years to form a thin layer of soil. As soil is a complex mixture of various components, its formation is also more complex. Soils are the products of weathering from some parent rock. Now, what do we mean by weathering? So, weathering is a process in which big pieces of rocks are broken down by wind and water into the smaller pieces till we get a fine powder. When this fine powder, known as sand, mixes with the remains of dead plants and animals and minerals, soil is formed. So, how soil is formed? When tiny pieces of rocks changes into the fine powder called sand. When that mixes with the humus. Humus means remains of dead plants and animals. When these things combine together, they lead to the formation of soil. Now, as we discussed earlier also, importance of soil. Why soil is important for us? Soil provides minerals and nutrients for plants. All animals get energy from plants, since all food chains start with plants as producer. So, soil is very important for life on earth. Plants mostly grow on it. In spite of this, it is needed by humans and animals to stay alive, as it provides us the food and give us oxygen to breathe. Indirectly, it gives us oxygen to breathe, because if soil is not there, we are not able to grow the plants, and if there is no plant, we are not able to get the oxygen. So directly or indirectly, we depend upon the soil. Soil is also home to many insects and animals. Now, after this, we come to the composition of soil. Soil is made up of different type of soil particles like gravel, sand and clay particles, humus. Humus means remains of dead plants and animals which mixes with the soil and make it fertile. Water, air and mineral. Now we discuss these components one by One. First is sand. This is the largest soil particle. Sand is tiny grains of worn down rock. It doesn't hold water or have many nutrients. Next is silt. Silt is very small broken pieces of rock. It is larger than clay but smaller than sand. It is powder when dry. Next is clay. These are the smallest soil particles. Clay holds water well. It is sticky and can be shaped when it is wet, but it is very hard when dry. Clay has many nutrients. Clay is used for adobe or brick houses. Next is, other than these, soil also contains small stones and pebbles called gravel, minerals and humus. Now here we are going to discuss humus also. Humus is made up of leaves, twigs, small animals or other decayed substances. Humus are many nutrients to the soil. Humus is in the top soil. Okay, now humus is present in the topsoil. Now after this we are going to discuss the we are going to discuss the soil profile, means different layers of the soil. Soil profile refers to the different layer of the soil. In the picture, these layers have been named as A, B and C. Instead of these three layers, we are having one layer, that is the top layer, known as O origin. O origin means the layer in which the humus is present. Now we come to the A origin, that is known as the top soil. It is the uppermost layer of soil and contains fine particles of sand, clay, humus, water and air. It is darker than the lower layers, loose and crumbly with varying amount of organic matter. Most productive layer of the soil, because many nutrients are present in the upper layer of the soil. Next is B origin, that is known as subsoil. It is called the middle layer of the soil present below the topsoil and contains broken pieces of rocks. It is light colored, dense and low in organic matter. Materials leached and alleviated from the topsoil accumulated here. Now the next layer is C origin. It is called the bed rock. It is the bottom layer of soil and it is quite deep inside the earth. It has large pieces of rocks. Now after this we are going to discuss different types of soil. There are mainly three types of soil depending upon the amount of different soil particles present in it. These are sandy soil, clay soil and loamy soil. Now one by one we are discussing these soils. First is clay soil. This soil has a greater proportion of clay particles. Clay soil feels smooth when dry and lumpy and sticky when wet. It is made of a relatively higher fine particles. Unlike sandy soil, have very less space between the particles, are smaller in size and can be trapped in the tiny gaps. Clay soil are heavy and hold water. Next is loamy soil. Loamy soil is a mixture of sand, soil and silt. silt particles are present between sand and soil particles. It also contains humus and is therefore considered the best for growth of plants. The percolation rate is between that of the sandy soil and clay soil. This means that it allows water to pass through it easily. This soil has almost the same amount of sand, clay and silt. Now the next is sandy soil. Sandy soil is made of greater proportion of big particles like sand. They cannot fit closely together, so there are large spaces between them. These places are filled with air. Therefore, in this type of soil, water absorption is very high. As the water passes quickly through these spaces, these soil are light, well aerated and dry. Now we have discussed the type of soil and the soil profile. Next we come to the soil erosion. As we know that the topsoil is very fertile because it is rich in humus, but strong winds and water wash away the loose topsoil. So the removal of the fertile topsoil by the action of wind and water is called soil erosion. So what do we mean by soil erosion? Soil erosion is the detachment, transport and deposition of soil particles on land surface, also termed as loss of soil. So there are different ways by which soil erosion is caused. Some are the natural processes and some are human activities. Like natural processes like strong winds and water are responsible for the increased soil erosion. Human activities, overcropping, overgrazing, deforestation means cutting down of trees are the factors which affect the erosion of soil. They increases the soil erosion. Now for preventing the soil erosion, we have to adopt certain steps so that we can stop or we can reduce the soil erosion. So the preventing of soil loss from erosion or reduced fertility is known as soil conservation. So what do we mean by soil conservation? Protection of soil from erosion is known as soil conservation. There are different steps from which we can protect the soil from erosion. First is more number of trees should be planted to replace ones that are cut down. Crop rotation means we have not to leave the bare lands. We grow different type of crops in the land so that soil get time to recover its fertility. Trees and bushes should be planted in open land to prevent wind to blow away topsoil. Dams should be built across rivers to prevent floods. Like these ways, using these ways, we can prevent the soil erosion to a certain extent. So, conserve the soil, save the earth. Thank you.